What's up, nerds? It's me, your boy. It's Rad. I'm coming at you every Friday with the fantasy news, updates, all that good shit. Wearing my Tail Lawan jersey, one of my favorite players. Let's see who we play this week. This week we are playing Mount McCaffrey in me, Big Daddy, and Crash's fantasy league. And right now it says I got a 44 shot of winning. He has a pretty decent lineup. He has a pretty decent lineup. The Baskin and Dobbins, we're going to be alright though. I'm going to start Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. Try to get that double points. I'm going to start Mike Evans. I'm going to start King Henry. I'm going to start Dobbins. I don't feel great about that, but running back's a little slim. I'm going to start Kittle. My two flexes, I'm going to start Renfro and Robert Woods. I don't feel great about Woods, but I don't know. I might switch out Rashad Penny for Dobbins. We'll see how that works. I can't give y'all too much just because they might be listening. I got Koo as my kicker, and I'm sticking with my LA Rams defense. And we are up against, looks like Aaron Rodgers is quarterback, Michael Thomas, Williams. So we gotta hope that Herbert throws to Allen, not Williams. CMC, of course, he'll probably get injured about week 3. Lenny Fournette, I hope he's lost some weight. I like Lenny, but he's not on my team, so I hope he doesn't do good. Andrews, Baltimore's tight end. I really like him. He is a great tight end, and that's who Lamar throws it to, the rare moments that he throws it. Brandon Cooks, super underrated. I'm on St. Brown, good receiver against Philly with Robbie Gould, San Fran, kicker, and New England defense. So I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. I think the King puts it on his shoulders and we take this dub, but we'll see. Now let's get to this week's important part. My starts and sits. Now, at quarterback, I'm going to go 3 and 3. 3 starts, 3 sits for y'all, and then I might give a dark horse candidate to break out this year. I have a couple of those in my mind, but I don't want my league to beat me on this shit. All right, this week for starting quarterbacks, I'm thinking Lamar Jackson against the Jets. Jets don't really have a defense. They're still rebuilding, and Lamar Jackson gets all the yards for Baltimore. The only person that really gets yards there is, like I just said, Andrews. So I really like that matchup. Of course, Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes against Arizona. That's going to be a slugfest. Just who can score the most points. It's a track meet, not a football game. Defense should be optional. And then I have the revenge game, Russ Wilson against the Seahawks. Notoriously, quarterbacks that play their prior team, they normally come out slinging. I like Russ's O-line. I like his receiving core. And, I mean, Russ's first half of the season, Russ is on point. My sit-ems are do not play. I'm going to roll with Justin Fields against San Fran. I don't trust Justin Fields. I don't trust Chicago. Chicago ain't really had a quarterback, Sexy Rexy Grossman, and even he is negligible as a fantasy option. Sit Tua versus the Pats. Belichick has Miami's number. Belichick has Tua's number, and that defense is going to be primed and ready for noodle arm left-hand quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. I am very biased against lefty quarterbacks. No reason to be biased against them. I just don't trust. I don't like them. And then I have Daniel Jones against my Tennessee Titans. If you make Daniel Jones throw, you win. Point blank, our defense is a lot better than what people expect it to be. I have a lot of football knowledge, but I have a lot more Titans knowledge. I don't see Daniel Jones having a career day or any sort of decent day at all against this defense. It's a nasty front seven with some pretty good defensive backs. Moving on to running back, you should start Jonathan Taylor. Just put him up every single week. He's playing the Texans. The Texans don't have a defense. They're still rebuilding. I think Mills is their starting quarterback. So, I see the Colts coming out hard, pounding the rock, and putting them into submission. Then you got to start King Henry against the Giants. Giants been rebuilding for eons and eons since Eli left. Their defense, I don't fear their defense. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a career day. It's his contract year. Him and the left tackle, my boy Lawan, shout out. And I really think Derrick Henry is going to go the fuck off. And last, I want Rashad Penny versus Denver. I don't trust Seattle's quarterbacks. I think Pete Carroll's going to come out and try to run the ball. Most of their running backs are injured, and Rashad Penny seems to be the most viable option they have on the offensive side of the ball now. It's just simple as that. I don't trust those two quarterbacks, Geno Smith and Drew Lock. Neither one I would play. My sit, you're gonna have to sit Kareem Hunt against Carolina. Right now, the Browns are one-dimensional. Carolina's out for blood with Baker Mayfield, all that crap. With them being one-dimensional, I see Chubb getting a bulk of the carries. I see Kareem Hunt maybe coming in on third downs or something. But they're going to stack that box, and I don't think those running backs are going anywhere, son. I'm going to sit Josh Jacobs against the Chargers. I'm going to sit that because the Chargers do have a pretty good defense, and I really think that Vegas is going to come out and try to throw it around with their brand new toy, Devontae Adams. It's an iffy matchup. And then I'm sitting every single Jets running back against Baltimore. Jets aren't going to be able to do shit against this defense, especially with starting quarterback hurt and then elite Joe Flacco taking over. It's just not a good time for the Jets right now or their fans. Now, wide receiver, I'm starting Hunter Renfrow. Devontae Adams is going to open up a lot of stuff, and so is Waller, I believe. So I'm starting Hunter Renfrow. I think he's going to have a pretty good day. He catches the ball really well. Chris Brown's in that slot position. Hunter Renfrow is going to be the man. He's one of my breakout candidates this year. So highlight Hunter Renfrow in all y'all's leagues and make sure you play that man. He is a bad man. I'm also going to start Adam Thielen against Green Bay. I believe Green Bay is going to be locked on to Jefferson because of all the noise he's been making, and that's going to open up Thielen. He's going to have a pretty good time this year. I'm not going to say career year, but I'm going to say he's not going to really lose a step. And then I'm starting Christian Kirk versus Washington. I normally don't start Jaguars, but I'm starting him solely because you don't pay a man that much money and not throw him the damn ball. They're going to get hit to him early and often, I believe, any way they can. They paid him way too much money, and now they're going to see if he can produce. So I would start Christian Kirk early this year because I really believe the Jaguars are going to force feed him the damn ball. I'm sitting Chris Godwin versus Dallas. He just came off a torn ACL. I don't know if he's even going to be ready to play, but I don't see him having a good day against that Dallas D. I see other people maybe having a good day, but Godwin, I don't see Brady having that trust in him. That's why they went out and got Russell Gage. That's why they went out and got Julio in order to be the number 2-3 guy to Evans. So sit Godwin. Sit Tyler Lockett against Denver. Like I said before, quarterbacks. Quarterbacks make the league go round. Unfortunately, we have Tannehill, but he's salvageable sometimes. But I don't see Drew Lock or Geno Smith as salvageable. Geno Smith was ruined by the Jets. Drew Lock is an old school gunslinger that does not work in the NFL anymore. You got to be accurate. And Drew Lock ain't going to sit there and say, fuck it, somebody's open. So sit Tyler Lockett, sit Seattle's wide receivers, maybe start a tight end, but I don't trust it. And also I would say sit any wide receiver in the Titans versus the Giants. I already said I don't trust Daniel Jones. Tannehill has a brand new receiving group. None of them's really proven. None of them's had 1,000-yard seasons. Number 2's a rookie. It's tough. It's tough to be in the Titans versus Giants game. If you're a receiver, I think we're going to run Derrick Henry until the wheels fall off. I think the Giants are going to try to get some shit going, but I don't see them having a day against the defense. Tannehill might get 180, 190 yards passing. Just any wide receiver in that game, just don't even look at him. Robert Woods is good, but I don't think he's a number one. Burks is unproven. I don't like playing unprovens until they prove something. So, moving on to tight ends, my number one tight end is going to be Kyle Pitts versus New Orleans. I know there's a lot of Saints fans out there, and I know you're going, oh, New Orleans versus Atlanta. I don't care. Marcus Mariota and Arthur Smith has proven in the past that they value tight ends. Arthur Smith was a tight end coach in Nashville with Delaney Walker, Jonnu Smith, all those big time tight ends. Mariota's favorite receiver at the Titans was his tight end. I do not see that changing in Atlanta. I don't see that changing at all in Atlanta. He is captain check down, scared to run, scared to throw that rock. So Kyle Pitts might be the number one tight end this year. That dude is good. Mariota's going to feed him, and it's going to be a hell of a year if you have Kyle Pitts on your fantasy team. Second off, start Kelce versus the Cardinals. Travis Kelce is one of the best tight ends in the league, if not the best. Mahomes is going to throw to him. We've seen that year in, year out. It's against the Cardinals. I don't trust their defense, and I think it's going to be a track meet anyway. So you have that kind of weapon, especially in the red zone. You're going to throw it to him. So start Kelce. Start Mahomes. Double points. Awesome. And I have last, Dalton Schultz versus the Bucs. This is another track meet, I feel, in the making. Bucs and Cowboys. Diggs might have a couple interceptions, but he's also going to give up 100 yards. I believe Schultz is going to be the number 2 for Dallas. You're going to have CeeDee Lamb and then Schultz because they lost most of their other weapons on the outside. You got, old boy went to the Browns and a bunch of people. I really think Dalton Schultz is in for another very good season. So against the Bucs, I would start him. Now, time for my 6. Dawson Knox versus the LA Rams. I don't trust the Bears tight end. I don't trust the Bears quarterback. I don't trust the Bears offense. Defensively, yeah, I'll trust them. Historically, I'll trust Allen Robinson. But as far as Knox goes, just keep him on the bench and save him for a rainy day. If you need a backup tight end, maybe. But keep him off your starting lineup. Hunter Henry versus the Dolphins. The Patriots run a 2 tight end system, and I think Jonnu Smith is the better receiving option. I think him after a year with after a year in the system, I really do think he's going to show out this year. So yeah, I say sit down Hunter Henry, start Jonnu Smith if you have a Patriots tight end duo. And then Tyler Higbee versus Buffalo. Just sit down Higbee. The dude's not good. I mean, he's good. He's in the pros, don't get me wrong. But fantasy-wise, he's not going to get you anything. Let's move on to defense. I'm having the Rams, start the Ravens against the Jets. Start anyone against the Jets. Start McKinley Middle School against the damn Jets. The Jets are awful, and they're going to continue to be awful, and they're going to get a win here or there. But overall, the Jets, just their offense is not there. I'm going to start the Titans defense against the Giants. I already said how I felt about that, so we're not going to spend too much time on that. And then I'm going to start the 49ers against the Bears. I've already bashed the Bears enough. I'm not going to bash them any further. But the 49ers have a stout defense. Now, as far as sitting, I'm going to sit both the Cowboys and the Buccaneers defense. I'm also going to sit the Chiefs defense as well as the Cardinals defense. I'm going to... I think those 2 games are going to be run back and forth. A lot of scoring, a lot of momentum changes. They're going to be fun games to watch. But defensively, I just don't see those games being slobber knockers. And then I'm going to sit the Eagles against the Lions. The Lions, I think, is a very underrated team. And also, I'm on the Hard Knocks high right now, so you got to forgive me. I love their head coach. I love the energy. I love what he's doing with that program. I am pro Lions right now solely because of Hard Knocks. So don't read too much into this because I am fresh off that binge. And yeah, any other fantasy advice? Who should I start? Who should I sit? Y'all hit me up online. I'll welcome anyone. I will tell you my opinions. If y'all feel like I can come on and do a better job at this, y'all come on. I'll have you on. Sit right here. We got to do it early in the week to where I get this out on Friday. I remember I'm doing this every single week this season. And then come playoffs, I'm probably going to do a playoff pick'em. So y'all like, subscribe, hit me up. Y'all need anything? We should have a website up soon and get the merch in. And we have a very special thing coming very soon. I haven't announced it yet. We're going to announce it very soon on a Facebook Live. Haven't got it planned, but it is huge for us. So tell everyone to like us. Tell everyone to subscribe to us. Tell everyone to listen to us. We're about to be on Apple Podcasts. We are getting bigger slowly every single step. Penis Pod coming soon. I believe this week was the Koal Pod. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Next week we should have a very special episode where me and Crash talk about Dare. So thank y'all again. We will see y'all next week. Tighten up. Go Tigers. Love y'all very much. Y'all keep it real.